Alright, here we go. So, we're getting into this workout creation program. Here's how this is going to flow and this is going to function. I'm going to show you my screen here, and you'll be able to follow along with me. And at some point during this video, I will give you your instructions as to what I expect you to do with this material for tomorrow. So, you're going to have to keep watching and listening to figure that out. When we create a workout program for ourselves, or anybody else for that matter, the number one thing that we are typically going to concern ourselves with is what is our goal, okay? What do we want to ultimately get out of this program? Sometimes that is revolved around a fitness component, which if you remember, we have muscular strength, we have muscular endurance, flexibility, we have cardiovascular endurance, and we also have body composition. For most of you being in high school and active in sports as well, this might also pertain to something that is more sports specific in that sense. So that's where we start. What's your goal? What are you looking to get out of this exercise program? Second thing we're going to look at then is essentially how much time do we have? Okay, so on a typical day, how much time do you think you're going to be able to devote or put into this exercise program on most days? So maybe that's 30 minutes, maybe it's 60 minutes, maybe you have a little bit more time, hour and a half, 2 hours. Depends on your situations. Doesn't mean you have to get that much time in every single day, but on a majority of days, how much time can you really dedicate to working on your fitness program? After we have that figured out, we are going to move on into where are these workouts going to take place. What types of facilities, what types of equipment do you have access to? Are you going to be doing all these workouts at home? Are you going to be doing them after school in the weight room? Are you going to be going to a fitness facility around the area? The where will help us figure out what equipment and what we actually have for resources to compile a program. And then we also need to work in and figure out how many days per week are we going to dedicate to our exercise program. A good quality exercise program most likely is going to have somewhere between, let's say, 4 on the low end and all the way up to maybe 7 on the high end days per week if we are doing it correctly. So if you think back to earlier in the year, we talked about the FIT principle, which we should remember by now is our frequency, our intensity, we have the type, and we also have the time. And those were our 4 things that we discussed at the beginning of the trimester. So frequency, again, is how often are we working out. Intensity is going to be how hard are we working. That one's ultimately up to you to put into the workouts every day. And then we have the type of exercises and also the time duration, how long are we working out for. So that FIT principle ties right back up into our goals here. So if I was to put together a real quick overview of this workout, which, by the way, if you're still following along, what I'd ask you to do by tomorrow is go into your Google Doc that I've shared with you that you're keeping track of your workouts on for the week, and on that second page there is a workout creation, essentially, somewhere that you will be able to see that it looks similar to this. I basically want you to write down all 4 of these components that we're going to work into our exercise programs, and I'd also like you to fill out this top piece kind of as I am filling it out right now. So when we build out this workout program, let's say that for today's idea, and we'll get a little more specific tomorrow and the following days, let's say we're going to build out a 7-day-a-week workout program that we're going to be doing something every single day. ultimately our goal that we're going to focus on, we're going to focus on a little bit of everything. So we're not going to single out one. We're not necessarily looking to get only stronger or only increase cardiovascular endurance, but we want to focus on an all-around fitness improvement, I guess you could say. How much time do we have? Let's figure for easy figuring. We're going to factor around 60 minutes per day. And what do we have access to? Let's say that we were back at school, it's normal time here, and you have access to the weight room at school. Alright, so there we kind of have our 4 things built in. Now, knowing we're going to work out 7 days per week, we want to factor in some rest, recovery, mobility type days. So it's easiest probably to build those in. Let's say, just for example, we're going to put a rest/recovery day on a Thursday, and we're also going to set in a rest/recovery day on Sunday. That's going to give us 5 days in here where we can really get out and we can get some work in. With that being said, Saturday we probably are not going to have access to the weight room at the high school. So that being said, this ends up being a great time for us to work in maybe a cardiovascular endurance day, somewhere where you can get outside and you can work on your own, go for a jog, go for a walk, play outside, get some hoops in, whatever that might be. So Saturday ends up being a real nice cardiovascular endurance day. Also with these rest recovery days, those are great days for us to work in some flexibility and yoga and mobility, as those types of things typically have very restorative effects on our body and is not going to wear us down or make us feel sore or tired for the following days. So we can bring another fitness component in there with our flexibility yoga focuses on Thursdays and Sundays. So now let's take advantage of that weight room that we have. We definitely want to make sure we include a warm-up in every single day, and we also want to make sure we have a cool down listed in every day as well. So those are some things that as people we sometimes seem to forget about or overlook, but they're very important components of a workout program. If we're using now the weight room for our workouts to build a little bit of muscular strength and a muscular endurance, we typically have 2 options, 2 ways that we can build a workout and weight program. One is to separate our body into lower and upper body, where one day we would work out lower. Let's say a Monday we'd work lower body, Tuesday we'd work upper body. Or we could also separate our body into push and pull. So if I did on Monday, if I did a set of pushing exercises, both upper and lower, Tuesday I would focus more on pulls. So those are just 2 common ways that exercise programs are typically developed and put together. Neither one's necessarily right nor wrong. It's usually based off of more of a personal preference for you. But whatever you choose, if you're choosing lower body on Monday, you're definitely going to want to give the lower body time to rest and recover on Tuesday, and you'll train upper body this day here. If you train push on Monday, Tuesday is going to become a pull type day. And even better with our workout program and our focus on all different types of components, let's say that we're going to take Tuesday and we're going to take that more into a cardiovascular development type day. So that maybe means we're doing something more CrossFit-ish, something that's going to be driving our heart rate up, making us breathe a little bit harder and sweat. So we'll leave that pretty broad and generic there. Let's just say for this example, I enjoy push-pull exercises. So Monday will become a push day, let's say. Well, I don't want to change the text that color. Let's highlight that. So Monday becomes a push day. So then if I fast forward over to Wednesday, Wednesday is then going to become a pull day. So I'm working both of those areas. And then let's say I get over to Friday, and I want to get a workout in on Friday, knowing that I'm going to have a cardio day the day after and some rest on the weekend. Maybe I can work in a full body push and pull day here. So that way I'm working 2 push days in a week, 2 pull days, 2 cardiovascular days, 2 flexibility yoga days. And remember, in our warm-ups and cool-downs, we're also building in some flexibility there as well. So there you have it. That's very general, a very kind of quick overview as to how to build an exercise program. Like I said, if you paid attention to the instructions earlier in this video, you'll know exactly what you need to have done for tomorrow. I'll be checking that out. And then also check back tomorrow for our video. We're going to get a little bit more specific even and try to break these down into a little bit deeper, so to speak, and make it a little bit more of an applicable workout plan for a real person. So thanks for following along with this video, and hopefully you learned a thing or two about how to create an exercise program, and we'll see you back tomorrow.